Mr. Speaker, when we learned that Planned Parenthood was selling the tissue of unborn children, America was outraged. Since then, the House has redoubled its efforts to pass legislation to protect the unborn. H.R. 7 and H.R. 36 are two pro-life measures that have passed the House. H.R. 36, which prevents the killing of unborn children who are developed enough to feel pain, passed the House by 237 votes. This legislation has been sitting in the Senate for 31 days. H.R. 7, which prohibits taxpayer funding for abortion, passed the House by 238 votes. This legislation has been sitting in the Senate for 283 days. I'd like to welcome my friend and colleague from Georgia, Representative Jody Hice, to talk about these two important bills in protecting unborn children. And I yield 5 minutes to the gentleman from Georgia.
Thank you very much. I sincerely appreciate your great leadership in this, and I'm grateful to be able to speak on this issue of life. You know, there's been, as mentioned a few moments ago, some 300 plus or minus bills sent to the Senate that we have labored here in the House and worked through, negotiated, duked it out, so to speak, gotten ideas on the table, worked it out, sent it over to the Senate, only to see them sit there and do nothing. And right in the midst of all of that, at the heart of it all, are a couple of very important bills dealing with the issue of life, which is important to all of us. And I firmly believe, and I know my colleagues do as well, that all of human life at every stage of development is worthy of protection. And I am deeply honored and proud of the fact that this House has passed a couple of extremely important bills in that regard. As the gentleman from Colorado just mentioned, H.R. 7, no taxpayer funding for abortion, by our friend from New Jersey, Chris Smith, and H.R. 36, a Pain-Capable Unborn Child Protection Act by Trent Franks of Arizona. These are fantastic bills. One basically says that the American taxpayer should not be footing the bill to end the life of unborn children. And here it's been sitting for over 200 days and without even a debate. The other says that after 20 weeks, when an unborn child is capable of feeling pain, we're not going to abort that child in the midst of a period of time where pain is absolutely scientifically proven to be felt. Again, that bill is sitting across the way in the Senate chamber, and they've not done anything about it whatsoever. These are important bills. These bills affect lives. And every day that the Senate does nothing, lives are being lost. And the question is, where is the Senate? And we all sit here and we wait, and we wait, and we wait. And the time has come that the Senate has to take ownership of what the American people elected not only us, but the American people elected them to do. And that is the job, the task, the platform that we all ran on. And at the heart of that is the fight, the battle for life. I'm also proud of the fact that the House, in our appropriations package, defunded Planned Parenthood. And this is a promise that we made the American people after the gruesome discovery of how Planned Parenthood was selling baby body parts. And again, we recognize that life is a gift from God, and it's precious, and it's to be protected. It's an inalienable right that we as members of Congress have the responsibility to defend those inalienable rights. And obviously, without the right to life, there likewise is no right to liberty and certainly no right to the pursuit of happiness. And again, the question is, where is the Senate on these issues? And it's time that we join together. And again, I thank my friend for having this special order and calling on the Senate to deal with this 60-vote threshold that has become an enormous barrier, causing all of us to be dysfunctional in that which the American people sent us here to do. Our conservative principles, as well as our whole nation, rest upon us advancing these things that the American people sent us here to do. And at the heart of that is to defend life. And so I just join in calling on the Senate to deal with this 60-vote rule and move forward on the agenda that we are here to do. And again, I just say thank you for your kindness and allowing me to speak on this issue, which is important not only to me, but all of us, and for your leadership on joining in us having a united voice, calling our colleagues down the hallway here to do the job that they are called on to do. Thank you.
I thank my friend from Georgia for his